Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, coming to you down a rather desolate road in DeLeon Springs, Florida, Central Florida to be exact. And today, I'm going to be checking out Smooth Waters Wildlife Park. Fun, smiles, and crocodiles. Join me, shall you? Just to give some perspective, it's quite a ways down this unpaved road. It's like we're on a secret mission. And I say we because I think I picked up a hitchhiker.
I feel like you're so close to me.
It says private property, no trespassing, but the gate's open and we have been invited for a very special tour. It's like there's a little nature trail over here to the left. And the main entry point is to the right. Want to hold him, Tim?
Sure. It's not every day you get to hold an alligator without dying, going to jail, or paying way more than $5 to do it somewhere else. Name of the game is support, so just keep the hands out like that. Okay. Put one hand right here under the tail.
Okay.
And one right under the chest. And then that's it. That's all you do. And if he wiggles, don't worry, nobody's ever been wiggled to death by an alligator.
I've never held a reptile.
Reptile?
The size of like a lizard, tiny lizard.
Wow.
Is an alligator technically is a lizard, right?
No. It's a crocodilian.
It just looks like a larger lizard.
Yeah.
Now, if he didn't have the tape on his mouth, would he be trying to snap?
That's the real bulk of the question. That's the real question. And him, probably not. And that's only because we do a lot of training with the animals here and conditioning, and they're like phenomenally more intelligent than people realize. Like, so that guy knows he's at work right now, and he knows that
he's putting on a show.
He knows that this is basically just a stupid chicken suit, but he's getting a paycheck for it, so it's like okay.
He gets a treat later.
Yeah. So as soon as that comes off, he'll swim out in his pond, turn back around, and then he'll be sitting there waiting for the paycheck.
Can he feel that when I pet the back?
Yep.
So as coarse as his back is, he still has a lot of feeling there?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I mean, you could breathe on him and he'll feel that.
Feel that, buddy? Look at his eyes, like he's like, don't breathe on me.
Because they don't make facial expressions. So you can't tell, is he happy, sad, sick, hurt, whatever, unless you know what to look for.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
There you go.
They don't really have any crazy jaw pressure like a snapping turtle or anything, but it's still painful. So there's some signs, so you can pretty much figure it out what's around. But we tripped and fell into a pretty neat little niche, I guess you could say. Because I'm constantly in here, or whether it's me or somebody else, but we're always in here, so the guests pretty much get like an unofficial tour guide the entire time.
He was saying this rooster kind of rules the pen, rules the roost, if you will, and you can see the gators down there. But they are not the leaders of this enclosure. It's this chicken just chilling in the back corner is an Asian water monitor. Look at him there, just enjoying the sun rays from that end. Most of it's shaded at this time of the day, but he's found the sun back there in the corner.
Oh, I like the orange stuff. So that's what it looks like. Oh, is it? Actually, yeah. There you go, look at that.
6-year-old version of that. So, I mean, they start off about like that big.
Just chowing down. Ooh, almost got your finger.
It was pretty close. Pretty close. Oh.
Just like alligators and crocodiles, there is a difference between a turtle and a tortoise.
One's in the water, one's on land. One walks like this, the other one walks like this.
Just on the shore of the murky swamp. The biggest gator out here on property. He's just hanging out right there. That's Trapper, that's his name. Rather large. He's about 13 feet long. That's twice my height stretched out. It's pretty big. There's another one right there. Siamese crocodiles. Once I mentioned his name, he turned towards me. He's having a stare down contest. Okay, he's looking the other way now. I'm off his radar. Well, probably not. What is it?
You said, once I mentioned his name.
I didn't say his name. Whenever I see a tortoise of this size, I always think of the never-ending story. We've been down here forever. The nothing.
Oh, he's coming. He's slowly moving over towards you. Real slow. No, I think he gave up.
The problem with this species is the males are insanely territorial. Like we got another big one over in that yard over there, but a lot of the time, most of the time, I mean, they'll sometimes fight to the death. So if you put them together, like a 1-to-1 like that, you could be running into an issue. If you had like 10 big males, you could put them all together theoretically, because then it kind of dilutes that tension. He passed away. Any animals that he did have here, the state, put wherever, new homes and stuff, and then the place was just completely abandoned for over 2 years. And then we stumbled across it and the business partner who just didn't know what to do with the place. So I was like, oh, well, here, I'll make you a deal. And then we took it over and renovated. I even tried to draw it on the sign here. Here's a crocodile, has that long V-shaped head. And the alligator has the U, or, broad oval.
And crocodile's not native to Florida, right?
No, American crocodiles are native to Florida. And pretty much everything we have here is not native to Florida. They're all exotics, like the Nile crocs and the Siamese crocodiles and stuff. But I did notice that I like to point this out, that my alligator head looks more like a happy ghost giving the thumbs up. Now, in case you're wondering, there's one making a beeline right over there.
A bigger
green,
one.
Yeah,
look at him right there.
The green stuff there it's not algae, it's not, I don't know, whatever else you might think it is. It's duckweed, so I don't know if you've ever come across duckweed. It's a teeny tiny little plant, but that stuff is phenomenal. It's great to have in the ponds. It's a great natural water filter. You see how he's got it all over him right now? So it was cool last night. So as soon as the sun comes up and starts hitting that, it warms up that mat. So as they come out, they'll just come out real slow and let it just sit on them like that, because it's like an electric blanket.
What do you feed the gators and the crocs?
Generally just film-related people that ask too many questions about what we feed them. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, we'll ask no more questions.
He likes to jump out and try and scare me sometimes. Like that's his fun thing. He'll go and if I make a big pile, he'll hide under it. He'll crawl and push himself under it. And it's not like I can't see him. I mean, he's got a big giant tail. Like I see his tail sticking out, but I know what he wants. So I'll come by and just smack the leaves or the sticks, and out he jumps like a jack-in-the-box. And I swear if he could laugh or giggle, he'd be like, ah, ha, 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 as he runs off to the pool.
The real question is, does he like being petted more, or does he like being fed more? Oh, you're getting under his neck there. You're getting down in the nether regions.
They remind me of like a cute old couple, I guess. Like he's all like, get off my lawn, and she's like, knock it off. Just calm down. Stop misbehaving in front of the guests, I don't know if he's probably not going to do it now, but he might start kissing and moaning. See how he's getting all puffy. I got to pick up some trash, buddy. Let's see why. Hold on. See, his eyes are closed. So it's like if I happen to just... No. Hold. Yeah, but see, look, he hasn't opened his eyes yet. But he's doing all the behaviors, all the posturing.
So this is the female down here?
Yeah, it just, I mean, that doesn't make any difference for the dynamic. It just so happens that she happens to be a female. So it works for the story really well, and he happens to be a male. But as far as them getting along and cohabitating, that doesn't really play much into it.
Oh. Are you trying to get bit by the chicken?
I'm not trying to. You told me to do it again.
No, do it again. Do it for the film. Do it for the camera.
Oh no.
Peck him.
Oh no.
Peck him.
Oh no. Oh, I think I won. I have control over him now. He's not pecking at me. I'm bigger than him. See, we're friends now. We're good.
You're like an animal trainer.
I'm the chicken whisperer. Oh no, he's biting again. Hey chicken. You doing okay? We're best friends, okay? We're best buddies, right? Best buddies. Chicken whisperer.
I'm a little frightened. This
Okay,
is
you are now inside of an alligator enclosure. You hear them all running away right now?
There's about 100 alligators in here. Blending in very secretively. This is kind of frightening.
All right, they're real close too. That's the thing is I didn't even see this guy.
That's what I was saying. All these ones hiding under here.
Yeah.
You can even go. Oh, that big one's going away. You can go down there.
I have to be honest, I don't really like this. What would I do if one,
Oh my God.
like if this one popped out of the water and started, what if it started charging towards you? What would you do?
Well, I mean this.
Besides soil yourself, what would you do?
I would push you out of the way. I'm sorry, but I would.
You can actually see down in the duckweed. You see how it's all clear under there?
Definitely a lot of alligators.
Well, one thing that I do with them, with or without, I don't have any food. Can I pet your tail? Can I pet your tail? One thing we try to do with them too is desensitize them to certain things. And you know, like in a show or a training thing or whatever, it looks all like, oh my gosh, this guy's crazy and blah, blah, blah. Like you could even kind of do this and people think you're nuts. You know, or if I try to touch them on the head or anything or whatever, but I don't have any food. When you come up, I don't have any. Want to stand up? Up. 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 Good boy. We got to go to the other side of the pool, though. That's where your spot is, Fred. That's where your spot is. But getting them used to the touch does a lot of things in a practical sense. So I'm just paying attention to him right now. Yep. Hey, stop. You're all right. You're all right. I know. Hold. Hold. I don't have any food. You see that. You know that. All right? Just hang tight, okay? So touching him on the tail like this, he knows I don't have any food, so he's like, what are you, don't molest me without payment, you know? But by desensitizing him to this and getting him used to being touched on the tail and stuff like that, at some point in his life he's going to get hurt, possibly, or get sick. Nope, come this way. This way. Come on, this side. This way. And if I have to take blood or give him medicine, then the tail is where you want to do that. And traditionally, if they're sick or you have to take blood or you have to give them antibiotics or any treatment at all, you'd have to catch them and restrain them, you know, so you can get the vet in here and all that good stuff. But if you can get them used to it, then you can walk up right behind them and just take blood straight out of the tail or give medicine right through the tail, and you don't have to catch them. You're being super active today, and I'm sorry I don't have any treats for you, but I don't have anything. Nothing. I don't have anything. You can be mad all you want, but I still told you I don't have anything. So pretty much training in general is just communication. It's just the clearer you can get the communication, the faster they're going to catch on and know what you're talking about a little bit. And then you don't have any confusion between commands, and they also know that there's going to be some kind of benefit or reinforcement. So back to the veterinary stuff, you know, we like to go to, we don't want to go to the doctor and say, "Doctor, I'm sick," and get tackled by like 3 people and tied down to a table. We like the idea of going, maybe I have to get a shot, but either way I'm leaving with a lollipop. Now, I still bring lollipops to the doctor with me because I like that lollipop part. But what we try to do with the animals is create that same type of thing. So you take that stress part and just get rid of it completely, or at least minimize it quite a bit. You know, it still doesn't feel good to get a shot or to get blood taken, but if you don't have to catch them and hold them down and force them into it, then it's way less stressful, and it makes everything better in the long run. So that's kind of why we do that touching on the tail thing. But you can also kind of see if I'm standing around like this and I do this and and I'm doing all this type of stuff, even though the behaviors that we're training and conditioning are functional for you know, lots of different reasons. You know, you could still like showboat it up, make some kind of show or something, and be silly and goofy, but I don't know if I'll quite do that. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's so big, huh? Stay, butterfly, stay. Stay, butterfly. Land right on Trapper's head. Oh. Oops, maybe.
And here's the pricing for admission. Adults $10, kids under 12 $5, or you could go with the Adventure Pass, $17, which includes feeding the tortoises and holding an alligator. Pretty cool. Open every day from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. except for Mondays. Closed. They have a website, smoothwaterswildlife.com, and they're on social media, Facebook and Instagram. Located at 4500 Reed Street in DeLeon Springs, Florida. Close to Daytona. Pretty close to Daytona Beach. A hop, skip, and a jump from Daytona.
Come out here, visit for the day, see some animals, learn some facts, and see a lot of crocodiles. And what was this thing? It was
Alligators and crocodiles.
But it was like crocodiles and smiles.
Crocodiles and smiles. That's going to do it for today's adventure. If you're in the area, stop by, and if you do so, please remember to keep the speed limit under 5 miles per hour. In fact, there are bullet holes in that sign. Watch your speed, and I'll see you in the next video. Vlog?